Title: The Byzantine Empire, 1,000 Years of Glory and Fall. Opening scene. The camera opens with a breathtaking aerial shot of modern-day Istanbul. The camera drifts over the Bosphorus Strait, revealing the silhouette of the Hagia Sophia, its dome gleaming in the soft morning light. Slowly, we move to the bustling streets of Istanbul, where ancient stone walls blend with the modern city. Narrator, voiceover: Few cities have witnessed as much history as Constantinople. Located at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, it was the capital of an empire that survived for over 1,000 years. An empire that was born from the ashes of Rome, that saw both dazzling heights of prosperity and moments of desperate decline. This is the story of the Byzantine Empire, an empire of transformation, resilience, and eventual collapse. Chapter 1. The Rise of Constantinople Scene. The screen transitions from the modern-day Bosphorus to a 3D map of the ancient Roman Empire, showing its division into eastern and western halves. The map zooms in on Byzantium. Narrator, voiceover: In 330 AD, the Roman Emperor Constantine I made a historic decision. He moved the Roman Empire's capital to a small Greek city called Byzantium, strategically located on the shores of the Bosphorus Strait. He renamed it Constantinople, and thus began the new era of the Byzantine Empire. Scene: a reenactment of Constantine's decision to establish the new capital. Animated scenes show him overseeing the construction of the city's massive walls and buildings. Narrator, voiceover: Constantinople was designed to be a city of grandeur, protected by natural barriers and formidable walls. Its location between Europe and Asia made it an ideal hub for trade, culture, and military power. The foundation was laid for an empire that would stand for over a millennium. Scene: visuals of Byzantine architecture, aqueducts, grand palaces, and the famous walls of Constantinople. Chapter 2. The Golden Age of Emperor Justinian Scene. The camera pans across the glorious palace of Emperor Justinian in Constantinople. The screen transitions to a majestic scene inside the Hagia Sophia, with light streaming through the windows and illuminating the intricately designed mosaics. Narrator, voiceover: The true height of Byzantine power came during the reign of Emperor Justinian I from 527 to 565 AD. Justinian sought to restore the greatness of the Roman Empire. His vision was clear: reconquer the lost lands of the Western Roman Empire, build monumental structures, and codify the law for the ages. Scene: animated sequences show Justinian's military campaigns as his armies, led by the general Belisarius, retake the former territories of North Africa, Italy, and parts of Spain. Narrator, voiceover: Under the brilliant general Belisarius, the Byzantine Empire expanded its borders to reclaim vast regions of the Western Roman Empire. From North Africa to Italy, the Byzantines reasserted their power over territories once lost to barbarian invasions. Cut to the construction of the Hagia Sophia, workers erecting the massive dome. Narrator, voiceover: But Justinian's legacy was not only military. He embarked on an architectural revolution. The Hagia Sophia, built between 532 and 537 AD, was the crown jewel of his reign. Its dome, an engineering marvel, became a symbol of the Byzantine Empire's devotion to God and to their imperial grandeur. Chapter 3. A complex society, religion, culture, and daily life scene. A bustling Byzantine marketplace. Merchants sell spices, textiles, and precious metals. Scholars and philosophers engage in heated debates, while an artist paints a religious icon. Narrator, voiceover: The Byzantine Empire was not only defined by its military might and grand architecture. It was a society of remarkable complexity. The Byzantine people were inheritors of Roman law and Greek philosophy, but their hearts and minds were shaped by Christianity. The Orthodox Christian Church became the cornerstone of Byzantine identity, influencing everything from politics to art. Scene: a dramatic reconstruction of the Council of Nicaea, where church leaders gathered to settle theological disputes. Narrator, voiceover: The church played a central role in Byzantine life. Major theological debates, such as the nature of Christ and the role of icons in worship, were settled in councils like the First Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. These decisions reverberated throughout the empire and defined the spiritual landscape for centuries to come. Scene: animated sequences showing the transformation of Roman roads into Byzantine trade routes, connecting the empire's farthest reaches. Footage of artisans creating gold jewelry and intricate mosaics. Narrator, voiceover: trade flourished throughout the Byzantine world, with Constantinople at its heart. The empire was a melting pot of cultures, with people from across Europe, Asia, and Africa converging in its markets. Byzantine craftsmen were renowned for their skill, creating intricate jewelry, textiles, and mosaics that reflected the empire's fusion of Roman, Greek, and Christian traditions. Chapter 4. The Challenges of Survival, External Threats and Internal Struggles Scene. A map highlighting the various enemies that encroached on Byzantine territory. The Persians, Arabs, Bulgars, and later, the Seljuk Turks and Crusaders. Narrator, voiceover. For all its splendor, the Byzantine Empire faced unrelenting external threats. In the 7th century, the empire battled the Persian Sassanids, and soon after, waves of Arab invasions began to reshape the eastern Mediterranean. Scene: animation of the Battle of Yarmouk, 636 AD, where the Byzantine army loses to the Arabs. Narrator, voiceover. The Battle of Yarmouk in 636 AD marked a devastating defeat for the Byzantines at the hands of the Arabs, who seized much of the Eastern Roman Empire's southern territories, including Egypt and Syria. Scene: reenactment of the Battle of Manzikert in 1071, where Byzantine forces are defeated by the Seljuk Turks. Narrator, voiceover. The empire's troubles continued as the Seljuk Turks advanced into Anatolia, culminating in the catastrophic Battle of Manzikert in 1071. The defeat shattered Byzantine control over Asia Minor, and the empire began to lose its grip on its most vital provinces. Chapter 5. The Crusades and the Sacking of Constantinople Scene. Footage of the Crusaders setting sail from Europe to the Holy Land. The camera transitions to the chaotic streets of Constantinople during the Fourth Crusade. Narrator, voiceover. In 1204, the Byzantine Empire faced its darkest hour. The Fourth Crusade, originally intended to liberate Jerusalem, instead turned against Constantinople itself. In a shocking turn of events, Crusader forces sacked the city, looting its treasures and burning its buildings. The Byzantine Empire, already weakened by internal divisions, was fractured beyond repair. Scene: animated sequence shows the Crusaders entering Constantinople, looting and destroying priceless artifacts. Narrator, voiceover. For 3 days, the great city was plundered, and Constantinople fell into the hands of the Crusaders. A Latin empire was established in its place, but the Byzantine heart had been dealt a mortal blow. Chapter 6. The Last Stand, the Fall of Constantinople Scene. The camera zooms in on the final, desperate days of Constantinople. Sultan Mehmed II's army surrounds the city with massive cannons. Narrator, voiceover. For another 2 centuries, the remnants of the Byzantine Empire clung to life in the city of Constantinople, now surrounded by the Ottoman Turks. By 1453, the empire was a shadow of its former self, its territory reduced to the city and a few surrounding areas. Scene: reenactment of the final siege of Constantinople. Emperor Constantine XI stands with his soldiers on the city walls as the Ottomans breach the gates. Narrator, voiceover. On May 29, 1453, after a relentless siege, the Ottoman forces led by Sultan Mehmed II breached the walls of Constantinople. The last Byzantine emperor, Constantine XI, fought bravely to defend his city, but was killed in battle. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of an era. The Byzantine Empire was no more. Scene: footage of the Ottomans entering the city, transforming it into Istanbul. Chapter 7. Legacy of Byzantium, Influence on the Modern World Scene. The camera shifts to modern-day Europe and the Middle East, showing the remnants of Byzantine culture and influence in art, law, and religion. Narrator, voiceover. Though the Byzantine Empire fell in 1453, its legacy endures. The laws codified by Emperor Justinian laid the foundation for modern legal systems. Byzantine art and architecture influenced the Renaissance, while its religious practices continue to shape Orthodox Christianity today. Scene: close-ups of Byzantine-style mosaics, Renaissance paintings inspired by Byzantine traditions, and modern Orthodox churches. Narrator, voiceover. From the splendor of Constantinople to the innovations of its scholars, the Byzantine Empire's contributions to civilization remain a cornerstone of Western and Eastern cultures alike. Ending scene. The camera pulls back to reveal the modern skyline of Istanbul, with the Hagia Sophia standing as a bridge between past and present. Narrator, voiceover. The Byzantine Empire may have fallen, but its spirit lives on. Its story is one of resilience, faith, and culture, an enduring legacy that continues to shape the world today. The screen fades to black, with haunting Byzantine music echoing as the credits roll. Credits. List of creators, historians, researchers, and reenactment teams involved in the production. End of documentary.